Hello and good day. My name is Mr. Daley, and this is the Daily Discourse. Now, if you are new here, yes you need to subscribe because we need all the support we can get. Thank you again for all your comments, likes, and messages. Let's just get to it. This week has been both upsetting and revealing to me. Not only did I find out that the Canadian postage system will not allow us to directly ship liquor to the United States, but more free speech is being targeted and silenced. From job positions being taken away, to Patreon removing crowdfunding for right-wing creators. But first things first, I'm going to talk about my personal dilemma, because that matters to me, so fuck y'all. In my efforts to ship a gift to a friend of mine in the United States, I ran into an issue. Now, the gift was a sought-after bottle of honey wine from the United Kingdom. UPS and Canada Post cannot ship liquor via friggin' automotive transport. They said it was because of Canadian laws, and sure enough, they were right. So right there, I'm not even upset with the companies themselves. I'm mad at the establishment. Now, theoretically, now I'm not trying to give you any ideas. You nuts. I could send a random letter laced with God only knows what. I could even send parts of a firearm or an explosive, as long as it's not fully assembled. But I can't send a friend a bottle of hooch unless it's by plane. It's funny, other weed dealers, I mean postage people, said they can do it. But anyways, pardon my griping. I just thought you all should know about something I had to deal with this week. Sort of my way of showing you I am human, and I do have things that bother me. And of course, if you think you need more of the Daily D, please subscribe and like this video. Don't forget to follow my Instagram as well. Now back to it. Now, Joe Rogan said something along the lines of, some people use a cause as a green light to say and do bad things. I'm not trying to be in that category. I have a good job, community values, and dreams of helping to make cities and towns better with architecture. To those who know me, I've been a fellow cook, tradesman, family member, and or friend. Would gladly fight for all around me to ensure their safety. So, there's a little bit more about Mr. Daley. But another thing that got my attention was the Kevin Hart Oscar host situation. This poor guy. People went out and dug up his friggin' old tweets and ended up getting his job taken away. So, he tweeted something back in 2009. You know, when Big Brother was more lax on taking people's jobs due to their moral views and all that stuff. We're being patrolled by social media to ensure that we adhere to their protocol. Now, I was brought up Catholic, and I'll say it was repressive to say the least, but I find its values were still centered around morality. A lot of it was BS, but the morals are clearly there. So way back when, in junior high school, I was thrown out of class. It was either Miss Halls or Miss Mantle at the time, I forget, because she had gotten married while we were there, and I don't know when it had happened. Regardless, there was a kid who was clearly homosexual in the class, and she was basically talking down right to this kid about the wrath of God and all this, and how people are puzzle pieces, and they're supposed to fit right together. Now, I made the joke, basically, where if you, if you just take two of those pieces and put one of them backwards, you could probably fit it together. Get out. I argued that it was just a joke, but she was still pretty strict on that because of her beliefs. She wasn't a bad person. She was just from a time when people actually cracked down on disruptive behavior and looked down on perversion, I guess. But I see this man as a successful man who was brought up in a Catholic or Christian household, very similar to my teachers. And how he wants to raise his children, unless it's endangering the health of the child, is up to him and his wife. Heck, I'm even pretty sure in their friggin' rules they'll even be judged on that whenever they die, won't they? Just because people are butthurt about his values doesn't make them right. If feelings gave people the right to take people's jobs, I think a lot of critical thinkers, good teachers, and enthusiastic speakers would be without employment. Heck, half these people won't even find a job if the social credit system takes over. Any independent thinker wouldn't. Which brings me to another touchier subject, the Sargon of Akkad Patreon situation. This has me questioning whether I want to use Patreon as a crowdfunding website at all. Sargon of Akkad, aka Carl Benjamin, is a fellow YouTuber. Right-winger, in fact. Now, keep in mind, his Patreon contract was only for his YouTube account. His YouTube account. Now, on another user's live stream, he used some pretty racy language. To say the least. Now, this was Patreon's excuse for banning him. Now, I'm not condoning the use of it at all, but he actually said the N-word, but they actually used it out of context. They did so to make it look like hate speech toward them. But they're not even black, they're just liberals. Bill Mayer used it the same way, and I'm pretty sure he still has a job. Not to throw anyone under the bus. Regardless, I think it was a dumb thing to say. I know the feelings it brings up in people is just not good. It's just not a good thing to say. But it's not just him, it's other right-wing users who have not used that type of language. So it seems diversity in political and religious beliefs is dead. CEOs and powers that be are dictating what people are allowed to believe now. Have a big enough position? Be wary of thinking too far outside that box and questioning the mainstream. You could be next. But that is all from me this week. Thank you again for making it all the way to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Now, sincerely, my name is Mr. Daley, and this was the Daily Discourse. Sort of a way to... oh! Apparently I'm not human, I'm just dying. Death and decay. Apparently. Fuck.